Hi and welcome back. Today I'm sharing some of our trip to Disney's Port Orleans Riverside, a few highlights from the parks, a quick peek at Tiana's Bayou adventure progress, and grabbing a quick bite at Disney Springs. So let's get going. The grounds here are really chill and beautiful. It's a very well manicured bayou. Keep in mind that depending on where your room is, you may have to walk a little ways with your luggage, and we saw a few people struggling with their suitcase on the bridge. Our room was all the way back in Alligator Bayou, Lodge 36. It was a little further from the lobby, but really close to the North Bus Depot. Got a Mickey towel right here. I think this is a pull-out bed right here. Little Disney TV plan. Coffee maker. Oh, look, the curtain. The curtain's Princess and the Frog. All right, so beds here. All right, so pull back the curtain, extra pillow and blanket. Got double sinks. High again. Got a little makeup mirror, which is awesome. Let's see, I can get the light on in here. Separate shower and tub area. Oh, this is cool, looks like wood. Okay, we got some Disney stuff in here, some Disney products. Nice shower head. Oh, it looks like, oh, we got the little thing right there that you can pull across and you can hang your swimsuits on. Just hook it in there. Looks awesome. Got a little coffee maker, shelving, thermostat over here. Let's see, what is this? Oh, I love that. The little lily pads. Get that open. Oh, it's got a little key. That's really cute. And mini fridge. Nice. We got, oh look, there's outlets up here. We got 4 outlets and then 2 USBs. And then let's see. Whoa, whoa. Oh, nice. Look, there's Louie. Taking a nap on him. Okay, well that's adorable. I'm way too big to fit on this. A few small negatives. This can never had a trash liner during the duration of our stay, and if we come in here, you can see the shower liner is damaged. I feel like for the price of this room, they can replace the liner and hooks. The air vent here cuts off on its own, so I think that's where the mold is coming from in the shower. The AC unit was also really loud, but they did come to replace it as part of scheduled maintenance. This is a very cool resort offering. You can actually come here and go fishing. It is catch and release though, so unfortunately, no fish fries in your room. We probably spent the most time here at the pool, and it's a great place to hang out if you're waiting for your room to be ready. Of all the drinks we had, our favorite was the Hurricane, and our least favorite was the frozen Irish coffee. We found that one just to be too sweet and wondered if there was even any alcohol involved. The bathroom off the pool is great. It even has a nice changing shower area. If you head back towards the lobby, you see Boatwright's Dining Hall and the Riverside Mill, which is where all your noms are coming from. Oh, before I forget, Riverside also has horse-drawn carriage rides. I know it's a little pricey, but I gotta admit, I'm intrigued. I've heard good things about Boatwrights, but I never seem to be able to make it over here when they're open. Have you guys tried this place? Is it any good? I have a decent pressed penny collection, and they're a great souvenir for people who live in small spaces, but yikes, $1? We just got back from Zion, so I must have literally been under a rock when this happened. The Riverside Mill is the food court for this resort, and there's different areas for assorted menus. There's even a case with beer, milk, overnight oats, some fresh fruit. There's a pretty decent variety of food, so I think if you come here with a group, you could please a few different palates. The dining area has plenty of seating, and even at peak times like breakfast, we never struggled to find a table. This is also where the soda machines are to refill your resort mug. If you sit towards the back, you can get a nice themed view out of the windows. We found this to be a nice place just to chill out in the morning and kind of let your coffee kick in. For one breakfast, we had the plant-based option, which was a vegan egg frittata with potato barrels and fresh fruit, and the loaded tacho bowl. The frittata was honestly the best eggs we had at the food court. Great, light, fluffy texture, and this felt like the perfect amount of food. The tachos were a great big bowl of salty goodness, but I would recommend sharing this so you don't feel heavy and gross before spending a day in 100-degree weather riding rides. We were headed to Epcot to eat our way around the world on day 2, so we opted for the steel-cut oats. They had a nice consistency, but I wish there was an option to add fresh blueberries or strawberries, since the right place for raisins is in the garbage can. The breakfast sandwich should be avoided at all costs. The bagel is cold, the egg is what I imagine insulation foam must taste like. This is the worst thing I've eaten in a while. If you're really jonesing for a sando, get a side of scrambled eggs with cheese and ask them just to toast a fresh bagel. Some lunch and dinner options include the honey barbecue pork sandwich, which wasn't dry at all, and we appreciated that the slaw was not mayo based, as well as the Korean style Impossible Burger. The Impossible Burger was okay, but it tasted like the patty had been steamed, and I wish they had actually just put kimchi on it instead of the pickle slaw. I really enjoy Korean food, and I was a little disappointed that this was kind of bland. Up next, I tried the pick your own area and got the panko salmon, the edamame succotash, and mashed potatoes. We also got the gumbo, because when in Rome, rather the Bayou, the gumbo was full of flavor, had lots of protein in it, and was served with a scoop of rice. It was delicious and felt like a decent value for the portion size. They actually had just made another batch of fresh salmon when we went, so this was nice and hot. I think it looks a little overcooked watching it back, but I hate overcooked salmon, and this had a really nice soft consistency and good flavor. The veggies all work really well together. The sweetness of the corn with the slight bitterness from the red pepper and the saltiness from the edamame really come together to create a nice bite. The potatoes are from real potatoes, so thumbs up on the food quality for this one. I thought this might taste a little bit like a shandy, but it was a lot more juice forward. It wasn't bad, but I don't know if I'd grab one again. This was another plant-based option that I would recommend, the Impossible Meatloaf. This is more barbecue forward than that traditional meatloaf kind of ketchup-y flavor, but it was really good. It was complemented well with the fresh green beans with garlic and mashed potatoes. The mushroom gravy is also plant-based, but other than salt, I don't think the gravy contributed much. So if you want to leave the resort, you have two options. The first of which is the water transportation. This particular route will take you to Disney Springs and make stops at Old Key West, Saratoga Springs, Riverside, that's us folks, and the French Quarter. We used it to grab some dinner at Disney Springs, and it makes the experience of going to get some man-catching beignets that much sweeter. You can also walk to the French Quarter. It only took us about 15 minutes to get there from the lobby area, and it's a pretty walk along the water. French Quarter is a really pretty property too. I feel like it's a little more crowded than Riverside, but they really nailed the relaxing and the Big Easy vibe. Next to Sassagoula Floatworks is the Scat Cats Club Cafe, which can get pretty busy but is the home of our delicious treats. The Mickey beignets come in either a set of 3 or 6, and there's no wrong answer here. These are always fresh and awesome, and they come with your choice of 3 different dipping sauces. This is really how I like these, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, just the right amount of air. I've never been disappointed. I don't always get these sauces, but that doesn't mean you should sleep on these either. The strawberry I like because it's not overly sweet or syrupy. The chocolate has a nice rich ganache flavor that's kind of somewhere in between milk and dark chocolate, and the caramel also has a really nice flavor. You may have to defend your treasure though. Second way to leave Riverside is the bus system. Our room was right next to the North Bus Depot, which was really convenient. So keep in mind, based on where your room is, the one at the front lobby area may not be the closest for you. Also, the buses come every 15 or 20 minutes or so, but if it's really busy, they'll send extra buses along the route to help with the crowd. The app is going to be really helpful here. Obviously, we had to hop on the bus to go see how far along Tiana's Bayou adventure was. I love Splash Mountain, but I am really excited for this. What about you guys? Are you as hyped as me? I heard that this update is going to have a little more splash than before. And of course, we had to catch Happily Ever After on the way out. Riverside is only about a 15 to 20 minute bus ride over to Animal Kingdom, which is my second favorite park after Epcot, I think. How would you guys rank the parks? I'm always curious what people's favorites are. It's always so cool to me to be at a theme park and just be like, oh, there's some sort of monkey up there. Or, wow, that's a pretty bird. Those are pretty too. The safari is one of my favorite things at Animal Kingdom too. It's educational, and when you're tired, it's a great sit.
Hippos, they do spend the majority of their day underwater, holding their breath of anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes at a time. Nice. wintertime, we do ask that you remain fully seated as we head over this bridge. Migrating around, we'll get a good look at all of them. Their heart is 3 times the size as other zebras. Giraffes, named after the Maasai tribe. Different species of giraffes, they do have different spots. Maasai giraffes, their spots are a little more rough and rugged around the edges. When first born, Maasai giraffes, they're just shy of 6 feet tall. Flamingos. And these are the greater flamingos. They're the lightest pink and biggest of all flamingos. They do get their color from their diet, usually brine, shrimp, or even the algae that they eat. And because of their coloring, a flock of flamingos is called a flamboyant. So laying down on the left side for rhinos. Now those are the white rhinoceros. We saw the black rhino, their cousin, back in the forest. But white rhinos, they'll get over 5,000 pounds. If you were to go on another safari in Africa, you could see some wild rhinos and other wild animals that were born here in Animal Kingdom. Now these are actually some young female warthogs, and the holes in the ground that you're seeing, those are burrows. They're homes. Warthogs are the largest of burrowing animals. But in Swahili, you'd think Pumbaa means warthog, but Pumbaa actually means foolish one. They're flightless, so they get around by walking or running, and they can run over 45 miles per hour. They have the best personalities, they're so loved. But do you also see that yellow post in the middle of the yard with the triangular piece kind of hanging? That's that beehive fencing that we were talking about. That's what keeps the elephants out of the fields. But the goats, they're also helpful in the fields. They do eat just about anything. So farmers can let them out before they plant crops, and they'll eat any of those grasses or the plants cleared out. We've made it back to the village.
Animal Kingdom actually has a few good sits. Another good sit is the Festival of the Lion King. This is the first time we've actually seen it, and all the performers are super talented. It's also something I'd suggest if you're tired and need to get out of the sun and into the AC for a little bit. For lunch, we headed to Tree BBQ and got the baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork and the impossible burnt ends. The mac and cheese was good and tasted real and not like when they just poured plastic cheese on overcooked pasta. Pork was tender and smoky, and the onions added a little extra crunch. The burnt ends were a little odd texturally, but did have a good smoky barbecue flavor. Fries just tasted like fries, and this slaw is supposedly vinegar based, but it just kind of tasted like damp cabbage to me. It's also just a short bus ride over to Hollywood Studios. If you happen to make the trip to a galaxy far, far away, be sure to lend a hand to the Resistance, say hi to Chewie for me, and don't miss making a stop over at Ronto Roasters. This is the Zuki wrap, and it is very good. Fresh, and all the flavors go together really well, but it does have a little kick. If you're very sensitive to spice, you may want to sit this one out. We wanted something a little sweet, so we decided to head over toward Toy Story Land for a treat. We also rode Slinky Dog Dash while we were over here, and it was super fun. Am I the only one who cracks up at the safety instructions in the queue? It is hilarious to me.
Bienvenidos our Slinky Dog Dash.
We got the lemon blueberry lunchbox tart from Woody's Lunchbox. The outside crust is more like a sugar cookie that's soft and not overly sweet. The lemon flavor is very light, and the little white pearls add a crunch for a little textural difference. After a little break back at the hotel, we decided to take the water transportation to Disney Springs and grab a little dinner. The boat lets you off right behind the Rainforest Cafe, which was perfect since we wanted to eat at Eat by Maneet Chauhan. Shout out to all my fellow Chop fans out there. We weren't starving, so we decided to share a build-your-own bowl and eat circa pale ale and a side of garlic naan. We didn't think it was super spicy, but the flavors were fantastic, really aromatic, decent portion size. This is a great addition to Disney Springs. If you want to take the boat back, make sure to double check with the boat captain and confirm the last pickup for the night. If you miss the last boat pickup, you'll have to walk to the front of town center to catch the bus back. Well, that's it for me today, y'all. We really enjoyed our stay here at Port Orleans Riverside, and I would for sure recommend it if you're looking to stay on property at Walt Disney World. As always, I hope that this video was helpful for you, or at least gave you some pretty pictures to look at. Until next time, be kind, be creative.